Hey everybody, this is a quick tutorial to show you guys how to install Respondus Lockdown Browser on your computer so you can take an exam that has it installed. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go to modules inside my course and I'm going to find an exam that has Respondus enabled on it. So I'm going to use quiz number 3 here. I'm going to go ahead and click on this link and it'll take me into the quiz. Once I get inside, it looks pretty normal. It says, gives some of the specifics and then has the take the quiz button, which I'm going to click on. But then you will see that Respondus intercepts at this point and has only a download link. So we're going to have to go ahead and let's click on download. Once we do that, it's going to bring us to the Respondus page where it's going to give a student overview that I encourage you guys to watch. It's going to tell you the version and some of the requirements there, and it even has a link if you are running Windows. Now, if you're using a Chromebook, it will, when you get to this point, it will take you to the Google Store and will give you a private plugin to install. For me, I'm using a Mac, so I'm just going to click on the Install Now button. And then once you do, it'll go ahead and download. It may or may not be zipped. For me, it is in a zip file, so once I'm finished with this, I'm going to have to go ahead, find the folder that it's in, and then just double-click on the zip file to unzip it. I'm going to move that package over here, and then I'm going to double-click to go ahead and install it. It's going to ask me if I want to allow it to be installed. I'm going to say yes, and then it's going to launch a wizard. I'll agree to the terms. And then just go ahead. I can change my location if I want to, but I'm not. I'm going to click install. It's asking me for my password. I'm going to give that. And then it'll go ahead and go through the installation process. Once that's complete, all I have to do is I'll move the source file to the trash. Only on Macs it usually asks that. And now I'm finished installing. And so now that I'm finished with this, I'm going to go ahead and close out my Google Chrome browser is what I initially did the install from. I'm going to have to close this out and I'm going to have to go for step 2 and launch the actual Respondus Lockdown browser and then log in to Canvas. So that'll be my next step. Let's go ahead and close this out and then we'll go ahead and launch Lockdown browser. Okay guys, let's go ahead now that, and I apologize for the camera angle, but in order to do this, Lockdown Browser really does what it claims, which means I can't run my screencasting recording on this computer, so I'm having to use a smaller camera to record the screen. It's not as optimal as I'd like, but let's go ahead and go to the next step. So I've shown you the steps on how to download and install Respondus. Now let's go ahead and turn it on. So some of you may have to go to your start menu where your applications are. For me, it's down here in the bottom part of the screen. I'm just going to click on the Respondus Lockdown browser and I'm going to go ahead and launch it. And once I do, it's going to tell me to close. It's going to tell me that it wants to close all the applications that are running. So I'm going to go ahead and let it do that. I'm going to click Close Applications, and at this point I just have to log in to my account. And so that's what I'm going to do now. So now that I've logged in, you can see that I have some courses here. I'm going to go ahead and log in to the specific course that I'm taking. After I do that, I'm going to go to my modules, just like I normally would, and I'm going to go to the exam that I'm planning to take. So I'm going to take this week 3 quiz here, and you can see right now it has the same stuff here, but this time you see it doesn't say that hey, you don't have Lockdown Browser. It just tells me that I can take the quiz. So I'm going to go ahead and take the quiz. It wants access to my camera. I'm going to say okay. It wants access to my microphone. I'm going to say okay as well. And so now it's going to load up and take me through kind of a pre-test setup. It's going to have some terms, you know, all that good stuff that you can choose to read or not, same as like when you download an app. I'm just going to say I agree. And then it's going to do a webcam check. And I can say, yes, I see the webcam. Okay. And so now it's going to adjust the camera so your image appears clearly. And while speaking in your normal voice, say the alphabet or count to 10 and record for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now it's going to prepare and it's going to show me what's going on here.
2, 3.
So now
4,
you can hear, I can hear myself
5.
pretty good. So I'm going to hit continue. And now it has some additional instructions. It's, you know, and this is something that your instructor may put some additional things in here, but you can see it has some things right here. It tells you just some of the basic instructions that will be part of the exam. Now I'm going to go on to the next tab here. It wants a quiet location, of course. And it has some things here, some suggestions, some steps that you can kind of go through and kind of do. So now I'm going to go ahead to continue. And now it wants to take a picture of me. So I'm going to take a picture. Not bad. I'll go ahead and keep that and hit continue. Now it wants me to show a student identification. So I'm going to go ahead and hold that up. And I'm going to take a picture of it. And there we go. And I'll hit continue. So at this point, it wants to do an environment check. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, let's see here. They want to make sure that the area is clear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start recording. And just going to move it around. You would obviously want to show like your desktop and all that stuff and do that kind of stuff. So, but I've got a camera sitting here, so I'm going to just, we're going to pretend that it's all good. I'm going to hit stop recording. So you would pan around the room, show them your desktop surface and all of that.
Just going to move it around.
Okay, so everything looks good. Facial detection, I'm good here, but see if I get out of the screen, watch what happens. Let's see if it does it. See, it gives you a thumbs down, says, hey, where are you? So you want to stay in the screen. So it sees me, I can go ahead and hit continue. And then once you go through this preliminary thing here, I can go ahead and begin the exam. And now it's going to just go ahead and it's just going to go ahead and go through this stuff where I can go through and just answer my questions. Just like so. Whatever they are. And then once I'm finished, I can go ahead and submit the quiz. And it tells me after I'm finished that the webcam recording is complete. And then it'll even give you a thing that you can answer if you want to. If you want to provide feedback, you can to let Lockdown Browser know how they did. And then you click submit. But now that I'm finished, I should be able to come up here, or actually, and just close. I can come up to the top here and just close the browser.